What's up, everyone? Chance here with Missouri Outdoors. Today is November 11th. It's about 6:30 a.m. and we're back in the deer woods trying to get a shot at stickers again. We have today and tomorrow and then rifle season opens, so need to try to get it done in the next 2 days. Well, counting today. It rained a little bit last night, so I got in here with the hopes that maybe the bucks will get on their feet and go freshen up their scrapes this morning, and with any luck you'll come strolling on by and give us a good shot. But we're going to sit here as long as I can. I don't know if I'm going to sit all day or not, but we might. But alright guys, stay tuned. Hopefully we get a good shot this morning. If you haven't yet, make sure to go down and leave me a like down below and hit that subscribe button. It never costs a thing, it's absolutely free, and it really does help the channel grow, and I'd greatly appreciate it. But alright guys, we're going to get the morning started. Now this deer kind of caught me by surprise. He was the first one we seen this morning. He didn't take no time getting here. When I looked up, he was already crossed the fence, and he comes walking right in. I'm still not 100% sure, but I think he's either a 3 or a 4-pointer. Either way, pretty good set of horns for his first set. But he comes in and doesn't take much time. He ends up coming up right next to one of my Tink 69 bombs. I had 3 set this morning, and I'm telling you, it had to have been helping, because it was just constant deer movement all morning, and most of them wanted to come this close to me. This buck actually ends up getting basically underneath my tree. It was crazy. And he comes up, goes past me, crosses the fence, and goes over and starts to eat on some acorns. And I was just sitting there watching him, and he probably hung out for about 20 minutes. And right after I got through watching him and sit down, it wasn't another 10 minutes later, this other buck just comes trotting right down the fence line, right past this buck. And he comes pretty dang close as well. As you can see, he doesn't waste much time. I mean, he keeps his nose pretty much to the ground, and he comes through fairly quickly. If he'd have been a big buck, I bet it would have been hard to stop him to get a shot, because he had his mind on one thing and one thing only. But yeah, he comes by at about 25 yards. I mean, it'd have been a chip shot if he'd have stopped. But he trails right off the hill and goes up the holler back up toward the neighbor's property, so I don't know. He's a pretty good buck. Alright guys, well, we might be in for a really good morning. We've already had 2 bucks come by, cross the fence, and walk in front of us. And we just had another one of my medium 8-pointers come running through the woods there, going that way. Matter of fact, I just seen him right there again, running up that hill over there. But the bucks are running everywhere this morning. We've only, been hunting in the stand for like 45 minutes. We've already seen 3. That's crazy, especially considering we didn't see anything yesterday. I don't know if we had a hot doe come through here in the middle of the night or what, but there are bucks running all over. Still can't tell if that's a doe or a button buck. If it's a doe, I kind of hope it comes over here just in case one of the bucks are after it. If I had to guess, it's that button buck that come out basically underneath us the other day. But it's hard to be sure. Oh, okay. I see more deer coming. Damn, this camera's awesome. That's a buck. Not sure which one, but that's a buck. Here he comes. God, I love this new camera. This thing is so sweet. That deer's probably 125 yards right now. He ends up standing here for a few minutes, and I kind of get a good look at him, and I'm pretty sure it's the small 5 or 6 pointer that's walking around here. I can't really tell about that one point. It's either really, really small or been broken off, but it didn't take him very long after standing there to decide he wanted to go check out that doe. He takes right up after her. That's not really a buck I think I want to shoot, but well, there he goes. Okay, wait a minute, there's another buck. Where'd he go? I just barely caught a glimpse of that one. I don't know if it was the same. I don't think it was the same one. Oh crap, here he comes. That's one of the smaller 8-pointers. I think. I don't think that's the big 8, but it might be. Wow. It's going to be so hard to actually get a deer shot on film, especially not being used to using this camera yet. Not long after the new buck arrived, he went right over to where the other buck and the doe was, and ends up pushing the smaller buck back up the fence line towards me. And he goes ahead and crosses and goes into the woods, and then the other buck pushes the doe across and through the woods. And I didn't really realize it at the time, but now looking back after I've looked at the footage and I'm going through editing, he spends just a little bit of time up in the woods and it ends up coming right back past me. And I get a good look at him in a lot better footage. It's really tempting to shoot that deer as close as it is to rifle season, especially not knowing if Stickers is still alive. However, it's really early in the afternoon. I mean, we've been in the stand probably 20 minutes, and it ain't even, well, it's exactly 2:22 now. What a dandy of a buck, though. I think we're gonna have to let him go. I don't think that's the big 8. If it was, I might consider shooting him. But I just don't think that's the right buck. He hung around for quite a while, but when he decided he wanted to get on through, he didn't waste no time. I did do a little looking later on after he left, and I was able to figure out it is a different buck than the big 8-pointer that's been walking around. I believe that's one of the smaller 8-pointers. Okay, no. He's just a little 4 or 5-pointer. Still not a bad little buck. Pretty cool to see. Unfortunately, that was the last buck we ended up seeing this evening, at least during daylight while we were in the stand. On the way out, we had an encounter with what I think was the big 8-pointer. He was standing up by the pond in the middle of the field, and the moonlight was fairly bright that night, and I could see him fairly well, and I guess he could probably see me fairly well, because we stood there for like 5 minutes and stared at each other, and finally he took off running, so I finally got to go back to the vehicle. But alright guys, that's going to wrap this video up. I hope you enjoyed it. There was plenty of buck activity, and it was a really good day to be in the tree stand. If there was deer that were like 150 or 160 inches walking around the place like these other bucks, I'd be in heaven. Honestly, it's pretty close to heaven the way it is. I enjoyed nothing more than sitting there and watching all the deer all morning, but alright guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to leave me a like down below and hit that subscribe button. It's always free, it never costs you a thing, and it really helps the channel grow, and I greatly appreciate it. But alright guys, thanks for watching. Have a good one.